Hey guys, another day in Paraguay. I hope you're doing well. This video is about toxins and especially fertilizer. So I'm in Cambireta, so it's a small town in the south of Paraguay. From here, so I'm around 2 kilometers away from Cambireta, but in the countryside. You can see actually um, Incarnation and Posada in the background. I'm not sure if you see it on the screen. It's a bit far away. It's like 17 or 18 kilometers away, but from here you can see it because the land is a little bit higher. And so, what is it about? So, many of you go to Paraguay because you want to, I would say, avoid or not be touched by toxins, be it the injection, be it chemtrails, be it whatever toxin is around you and that impacts your life and your body actually. And in that context, you also need to be aware of the toxins that you have in Paraguay. So you usually refer to the list of toxins, and I call it toxins because at the end of the day, yeah, this is something that is potentially toxic for your body, for your the health of your body and your mind. And so just using the term toxin, you're gonna get used to it. I'm using this term for now. So usually refer, when you move to Paraguay, you look at the list of toxins that you know, be it the injections, not mentioning in detail what it is, so just remaining vague about it. The injection, be it weather geoengineering, so cloud seeding and chemtrails, whatever is being sprayed. And so you look at Paraguay like, do I get this? So chemtrail, I'm not covering the full list. I'm going to talk specifically about fertilizer. But if we were to look at chemtrails, bam, here, there's no chemtrail, right? Normal cloud most of the time. And so in terms of fertilizer, because usually, unless you are a farmer in Europe, you don't have a good understanding of fertilizer and chemical being used for farming. And so because you don't have a good understanding of that, you don't have a good understanding of the impact. I have to bring credit to Adam. So Adam from Dirt Cheap Life. So there was some bad relationship with him at some point, but on this point, he was really kind to let me know about fertilizer in Paraguay. He shared with me a map which come from fertilizing companies, so a company that create fertilizers, and you can see those maps online. They're not easy to find, but you can find them. I'll put a link below as well in the video. And so in Paraguay, you've got to be careful where you want to live, because you could be impacted by this fertilizer. And especially it seems that there's a correlation between the use of fertilizer and the cancer rate, so rate of cancer. I'm not sure exactly what's the causality and how does that works, but I have heard that multiple times from different persons, that there seems to be a link between the usage of let me let the truck pass by. The usage of fertilizer and the impact on the health of the people living around, where some people and families have told me, well, we've got cancers, or there's more cancer in the family, and it seems that we can relate that to the use of fertilizer and being next to fertilizing field. And so how does that work, right? So when I went to Colonia Iguazu, I stayed in a Posada, which is a Japanese family. The guy was a farmer as well as the family. They make money out of farming, and they have hectares and hectares. So I discussed with the guy and access a number of information, but it's I say high yield practice where they've got 3 to 4 harvests a year, and in that context, they seems to be using a lot of fertilizer to produce 4 harvests a year, which seems to be quite high, right? And when you go towards Ciudad del Este, if you take PY02 on the highway, especially when you arrive towards Ciudad, toward the east part of Paraguay, you see a lot of advertising around fertilizing and using of products. I haven't mapped the highway yet, but I will try to do it for you so that you can see all those massive advertising. It's really it's here, right? So like basically grow better plants, and it's super appealing from a farming perspective. Like, okay, remove weeds, grow faster, grow better plants, and then you've got the brands and the product being used. So I am no farming expert yet. I am meeting a number of people here who are in farming in Europe and want to come here and create farms. I'm meeting a lot of people who move to Paraguay. But if you don't know about this potential problem around the usage of fertilizer and the direct impact on your health, because they use small planes, they use drones. In some of my videos, when I go with my motorbike around, you can see in the field that there's drones from DJI or other large companies, so DJI Enterprise, who they build massive drones for this specific purpose of spraying field. But if you live nearby, it's not like the component used, the chemical used, will specifically stay in the field. No, they are going into the air. There's winds, and it means it's gonna reach your house, reach your land, whatever you grow. You're gonna actually receive part of those chemicals inside your body, one way or another way, through the soil, through the air, through the water that you drink. It's like there's no way to avoid that unless you live outside of this area. And this is where it's important, because yesterday again I met a couple and they told me, like, okay, so the guy is from Europe, 20 years in farming, arrive here, meet another guy, German. German is like about 10 hectares in Capitan Miranda, so which is nearby, and then asked this guy from Europe, can you help me around farming? And this guy from Europe is telling me, like, but you living next to fields, farms which use fertilizer, and it's like, okay. So you see the point, it's like, pick your location. Don't purchase. The problem is information, right? So there's the one who has not purchased yet, so be careful about that. I'm just telling you that's a potential toxin for your body, so you want potentially to avoid this and not buy a piece of land in highly fertilized or even fertilized area, because there are potentially will be an impact on your body, on your health of your mind and your body. And so if you have already purchased, so what can you do? And on that point, I actually don't really have a specific answer for you, but it's see it from a risk assessment perspective, right? Is there a risk? Do your research on, and I think Adam mentioned to me a documentary that was produced in Paraguay, I believe, around specifically the usage of fertilizer and cancers. And there's also a number of documents online that I have found. I'll put a few links below where they talk about this, right? Basically, through stories of people, local people selling their lands to large farming company, and then few years later starting to have massive health issues. And yeah, that's not cool. So it's to be frank with you, it's a sensitive topic, obviously, because there's some people who have no interest into having this information online, where the farming industry is a massive industry. It's a lot of money, especially for Paraguay, but like, what about local people, right? Should we care about them and their health as well, right? And so just be smart about that. It's like, so on your toxin list, it's not just the injection, it's not just chemtrails. There's also usage of fertilizer or any chemical to accelerate the growth of vegetable and fruits, as well as preventing weeds to come on the field. All right. So on this, it's more an ongoing conversation. I hope this is useful to you. Feel free to reach out. Again, I am no farming expert, but yet I'm good at researching, I'm good at asking questions and understanding things, and I'm trying to bring you the best of my knowledge as of right now. So feel free to look at the links, and feel free to comment whatever information you can bring in. But to me, health is fundamental. If we don't take care of our health, and a lot of us are moving, especially for health reasons, health of the mind and health of the body. So let's not fall into another trap. Cheers.